And again, the older players on the Warriors team, they got a lot of miles. There's a lot of finals. There's a lot of championships there. And it's same for the Warriors when you talk, or the Lakers when you talk about LeBron.
Quick posts. That's what he does best on the offensive end. Knocks down a three. He's even got one of those little signs as he goes down the floor. That's important now. That's part of a player's profile.
Well, that's one of the things as a three-point shooter now. We got to make sure the guys are able to do that.
Yeah, obviously this is a new thing. I never did epic.
Yeah, we were just too late. We were just before those threes started becoming a celebratory thing.
I think it's very difficult to do anything epic right now because everybody's got their own different thing. If you do something epic,
no, I thought about maybe legitimately like shooting off a firework or something.
Like a backflip.
Yeah, like take it to the next level. If you're going to do it, have them talking about it for a long time.
Majemski draws the out. Our officials tonight, Mitchell Irvin, Musa Dagger, and it's great to see Leon Wood back. Leon Wood has pretty much been out the last couple of years. Who's currently an NBA official as Moody drills another three-pointer. There's Leon, also a former Olympian.
I knew he was a player. I didn't know he was an Olympian also.
Was that the 84 team? I believe the 84 Olympic team.
Hachimura, nice fake. Hachimura knocks it down. There's a guy that in many ways is underrated in terms of where his game has grown to be a consistent player.
When he does so many things for the Lakers, rebound, defend, shoot, has an in-between game, can post up.
Majemski nails that three-pointer. His first field goal. Warriors have hit 12 of 24 from three-point range. Their lead up to 14 now. Kuminga getting the start here in the second half. You're probably not going to see Curry, Butler, Draymond Green. Vincent had a hot first half, misses that one. Moody checks, fires, and connects again. Moody's got 19.
So those battles become more personal.
No question about it, especially Lakers, Warriors for sure. Now, when you signed with the Lakers, you and I had a conversation that day when you signed. We talked about some of the conversations you had, specifically with Luka Doncic. Can you relay those conversations you had with Luka prior to signing with the Lakers?
Yeah, just, my ability to guard the ball and, one of the better defenders in this league. And, my ability and what I was able to accomplish while guarding Luka over the years. And, one of the best players in the game calls, you ain't got a choice, So for me, it was a clear-cut, choice to go, and I'm glad he made the call.
I'm sure he's happy to have you on his side as opposed to competing against you. You did such a good job, as good as one could do against someone like Luka.
Most definitely, and that's the thing about it. He's such a good offensive player that it only helps me to hone my game when guarding him, and now that we're playing with each other, now I get a little bit of break.
Well, Marcus, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, Mike, back to you.
All right, George. He's going to be 32 years old in March. Last couple of years didn't play a heck of a lot with Memphis and then Washington as Gabe Vincent lines up that one. Can't get it. Kept alive by Vanderbilt. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay at this end of the floor. But Smart, a former defensive.
The last 2 seasons, he's had so many injuries, but not only his ability to guard the ball defensively, what he does, I think this situation is tailor-made for him because he won't have as much of the decision-making with the ball offensively. That falls on the plate of their top 3 guys, so you're going to see the tangible benefit of Marcus Smart immediately when he's on the court.
There's the benefit of running the floor. Nice, the largest lead, 18-point advantage for Golden State. Gabe Vincent getting a lot of minutes here. Nice pass. Vanderbilt just couldn't quite finish. He thought there was some contact. Majemski extra pass. Buddy Hield lines it up. Can't get it. Arabia. Majemski's one of those in-your-face defenders. Arabia trying to draw contact and banked it home. He was looking for the foul more than a successful field goal there. Kuminga lines up his three-pointer. That's a pure-looking jumper. His first 3, second field goal.
And there's some communication, and that's what you see. And there's a lot of pointing and talking. Hey, is this your guy? That's when the practices, the reps, you know, even these preseason games, it helps to formulate what you're going to do during the regular season.
Vanderbilt dribbling in traffic, lost the ball. Buddy Hield, nice move, left hand. Hield's in double figures. And again, as we said earlier, you can't get crazy about anything that happens in a preseason game.
As indicated by the fact that J.J. Redick sat down early when this half started, and he hasn't stood up since. I think that tells you a lot about kind of where they're at this point. You know, you think let's get through the game. Everybody's healthy that was participating tonight, and you just want to tighten things up game to game to get ready for that opener.
He stood up there.
Yep. Said he fits anywhere. With any group you put him in there, he fits perfectly.
Who do we have? We got Couples and Nisha.
Right now, coming off the bench. Again, lots to be determined, but that appears to be a good spot for him. Ronnie James back in. Alley-oop. Oh, Jackson Hayes. As Jackson Davis met him at the rim, and Hayes able to throw it down.
Really well-designed play right there coming out of that timeout. This is what they were looking for all along, and Bronny just had a lot of trust factor right there because he threw this really before Jackson Hayes even got onto the launch pad. He just trusted if he threw it high enough, no one else was going to be able to go to that floor on the elevator, and Jackson Hayes finishes, and that's why you know Luka loves playing with him.
Well, Jackson Davis seeing his first minutes, again with no Kevon Looney. Trace Jackson Davis and Quentin Post get some time at the 5 as Hield finds Bajemski. Little ball fake, try to jam it inside, instead turned it over. Guy Santos seeing his first action as well. Santos, a player that Steve Kerr absolutely loves in terms of fits with the Stars. Connect. Goes at Hield. Well defended. Shot clock down to 6. Ronnie James tried to get it into Williams. Poked out of bounds. Still Laker ball. 2.3 on the clock.
Well, and Bronny, but he's got to use that burst and his strength to put himself in a position to make some of those passes.
Guy Santos called for a foul. Knox good look the other night. Getting a good look tonight. There's J.J. Redick. Some of the new faces. Alley-oop again. And Jackson Hayes, he can do that so well. Perfect pass from Connect.
Yeah, same type of action. You're just taking that slot with your live dribble down the right side of the lane. Jackson Hayes spinning out and then just going up to that top of the square area.
Foul before the shot. Bronny James.
Yeah, this is nice. And this is something else that's going to help Dalton Connect stay on the floor. Your ability to do something offensively more than just spot up, shoot threes, or score in transition. If you can make some plays sometimes when you're jammed up.
A rookie for Golden State, second-round pick out of Florida. National champion last year, getting his first action. Comes in, touches, quickly shoots. Jackson Davis fouled on the follow.
And Jackson Davis is a good young. He can continue to have an impact and continue to grow.
He's a different look than both Post and Horford. And that'll certainly help him. Upcoming national TV Cavs, then ESPN Wednesday, WNBA Finals Game 3. Presented by YouTube TV, the Aces and the Mercury, Las Vegas, up 2-0. Trying to win another WNBA title. Connect, double team, good harassment. Shot clock at 5. Bronny James, three-pointer is good. Shot hadn't been falling first preseason game, but that one perfect.
That has to feel good. Yeah, after a 1 for 12 opener in the preseason, you know he's going to get some looks and some run, particularly with the guys that aren't playing. That had to feel good because that was probably one of the tougher shots he's had so far through 2 preseason games.
Those shots, now they have to get up on them. Now those drives and those passes become so much easier.
5 on the 24. Spencer, little fake, drive, off balance, blocked by Connect. Timed it well. And a 24-second violation. So you watch guys like R.J. Davis and Nate Williams as they try and make an impact. You guys played a lot of preseason games. Different guys, you all of a sudden come out of nowhere and make something happen in preseason. I would imagine you've seen that over the course of time.
I might have seen the greatest example of that of all time, Mike, when Ben Wallace walked in the gym in Washington, paid his own way to come up from Richmond to Virginia Union and just scrimmage with us, paid for his own hotel room. And after about 3 scrimmage games, we're over on the sideline. And you remember some of the front court players we had at that time? You know, Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, George Marason, those guys ring a bell. And this guy's getting every rebound in the gym in pickup games. Proceeded to then go on and lead the NBA in rebounding in the preseason. And then when the season started, didn't get a lot of run because of the guys I just mentioned. The rest, obviously, history, what Ben Wallace went on to do with his career.
And nobody really knew about him back then when he came out. Wasn't drafted, and then a Hall of Fame, multiple Defensive Player of the Year. That's just hard work, effort, grit,
and consistent approach.
Connect. Fouled. So he will go to the line. Santos picks up his second.
Forgot to mention Rasheed Wallace also on that team. So that's pretty loaded front court that we had in Washington. And Ben Wallace was the guy that ends up, you know, Hall of Famer, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Incredible career.
We always forget that. We'll see it throughout this preseason. You know, a game will be out of hand. It's basically over. But for some players, that 4 minutes in the fourth quarter of a blowout preseason game can make such an enormous difference in somebody seeing that they've got something that maybe they want.
From the field, and we're like, when are you going to retire, big guy?
But he's 41 in his 23rd year. He's been an NBA player more than half of his life.
That sounds like him.
Nobody's played more minutes. And he's got, what, 50 games. He's going to catch Robert Parrish for most games ever played. Yep. And the thing, Richard, to your point, you talked about no discernible drop-off, like in terms of his level of production. What I find mind-boggling is there are nights we still watch him and you go, he might be the best athlete on the floor right now. That's what's really crazy when you start talking about a guy north of 40 in his 23rd year in the NBA.
Well, that showed you how much more athletic he was than everybody else when he was 25.
As Jackson A showing his athleticism again. How about that play just before at the other end? Some beautiful passing. Spencer. Tell you what, Spencer, he makes his presence felt every time he steps on the floor.
His mustache is really beguiling to me. It belies, right? A guy with this kind of ability. It's the mustache. It throws me off. He's such a smart, heady player and so tough. Steve Kerr, again, another guy that he just really glowingly talks about.
Payton inside, throws it down. J.J. Redick say the push. Did you use the word beguiling?
I did.
Wow.
I did, yeah. I broke out the thesaurus.
The what?
Thesaurus. That's it. Well, if you look up in the thesaurus, you'll see thesaurus is another word for thesaurus.
Richard, beautiful pass from the rookie. Jackson Davis throws it down, and they're hooting and hollering here at the Chase Center.
J.J. Redick is trying to figure out how many timeouts he can use here.
Connect gets it back. He's got such a beautiful shooting stroke. Santos, Jackson Davis, Spencer, Payton, and Will Richard, the rookie, out there for Golden State. Santos can't get it to go, but he will go to the free throw line. A lot of terrific passing. How about this one?
It's the continuity. A lot of players from this Warrior team are back. They have a few new additions, but all of these guys know how to play together, what their roles are. Even here, you get a guy like Richard making that nice little drop-off pass. This team has a ton of continuity, and they added a couple of key pieces.
And legs, guys like Guy Santos, he played 14 minutes a game last year. Steve Kerr was telling him he had the highest plus-minus on the team because he just makes the right play.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a single guy on their roster that we talked to Steve Kerr about who's Steve's eyes lit up more than talking about Guy Santos. And because of his impact on the game in limited minutes. And the other thing, about him is he never knows from night to night what his minutes are going to be. That's even more impressive for a guy to be able to produce at that level when you really don't know when you're driving to the arena what exactly your role or impact minutes-wise could be on that given night.
Approaching 1 minute left here in the third. Jackson Hayes off to Smith. Santos played him well, but Smith, good-looking shot. Nick Smith Jr. signed a two-way contract first couple of years with the Hornets. J.J. Redick wants to get a look at him. Santos skips inside and gets the layup.
There's no resistance by the Lakers. I understand that this group is playing extended minutes, not a lot of practice, but you can see the difference in continuity between the team. Warriors are running through all of their offense very smoothly. Lakers, their defenses isn't what it will be, but right now there's not a lot of resistance.
Anton Watson also out there right now for the Lakers. Smith fakes, gets inside, stripped by Richard. Hayes just kind of throws it up there, couldn't post the rebound. Post walks in, the three-pointer. Connect. As the shot clock is turned off. These last several minutes has resembled a preseason game.
Could have been the start of the game. We're lucky with what we got.
And a foul call on Payton. Smith sold it well. Gary Payton seems to enjoy playing basketball. So Smith knocks down the first. Smith was a first-round pick of Charlotte back in 2023 after 1 year playing at Arkansas. Played 2 years with the Hornets. Last year averaged just under 10 a game. Shot 43% from three as a rookie. He's got some scoring ability. Santos drives on Watson, kicks it out. Shot just off in time by Richard, but it won't go down, and that will end the third.